Shit happens fast in a rut.
You don't kill a buck in November. All you do then is release the arrow. Truth is, it comes long before November. Starts with well-laid plans that lead to worn-out boots, which leads to stand locations and sweaty clothes, which leads to that highly anticipated first sit, which usually leads to you finding out it's going to happen completely different than you thought it would. Welcome to bow hunting.
Well, it's my favorite time of year again. Rutcation. It's the evening of November 7th. We actually started hunting this morning, but it's been...
The fall of 2019 was a roller coaster. With plenty of sign and plenty of small bucks seen, our confidence was sky high going into our normal places and normal funnels that have produced over the years. It wasn't gonna be that easy. After a few unproductive sits, we went back to the drawing board. Time for a new game plan. Despite our renewed confidence and our revived enthusiasm, the result was very similar. Once again, it was time to go back to that drawing board. Just never have been that good at giving up.
Well, it's been an interesting day. The old hanging hunt there. It's been an interesting day. I started out this morning on a creek bottom. That was kind of like a Hail Mary. It worked out. I had a pretty good hunt and had a hot doe come by me, but it's just a little buck with it. Nothing to shoot at. So I decided that I would branch out just a little bit. I took Brad, one of the guys that always comes with us, and put him at a place he's never been before. He's was wanting to see some new scenery, so I went and took him, and then I made a loop around this place where Ethan and I have been seeing a bunch of deer, or a bunch of deer sign, and really seeing a bunch of deer too. So seeing them cross, and so I followed them where they were crossing to, and there's just wore out sign coming out of this thicket, and then on a leeward bench on the edge of that thicket. It took about 3 rubs bigger than my thigh before I was like, okay, this is a really good spot. There was 2 scrapes that had been worked, hadn't been worked today, probably worked yesterday. We'll see. More than that, it's a strip of nasty coming through open hardwoods, and it's just absolutely nasty in there. You really can't see much, and rubs on everything. Anyways, I'm sitting here in my long johns. I'm kind of letting my socks and everything else dry out. I got a little sweaty walking around. So it's kind of windy. It's not really that cold. It's in the 40s. It's been in the 20s this morning. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna try to let everything dry out, and then I'm gonna slip back up. It's 1:11 now. I'm gonna slip my way back up in there and get set up. It's not far. It's probably a 10-minute walk from the truck. So who knows? We'll go in here and see what happens. It's a crazy time of the year. Bucks chasing does and stuff. So no telling what'll happen. Just gotta get in the tree and find out. See if we can get lucky. Well, it took longer than expected, but we were all set up and ready to roll. So I scooted down a little bit towards the draw just because I can shoot a lot of the thicket that way. If this was 2 weeks ago, I probably would have been up there more. But I got a feeling whatever made those rubs is going to be walking around behind the does, so I need to be where the does are going to cross, and I think that's going to be this bench right here. But I can see this whole holler. It's thick, but I can see this holler, so if they continually do something other than what I think they'll do, that's where I'll be in the morning. But well, that's heartbreaking. Just had a good shooter at 30 yards. And he was actually angling up and across. It was looking really good for getting a shot opportunity. And he caught my wind. I think my thermals were getting sucked down into that bottom. Which that's pretty much where the wind's blowing anyways. Pretty well towards him. Golly. Painful. He did affirm my initial suspicions, though, and the reason I didn't go with that other stand where that other buck walked by, because he was riding that transition line coming across that bench. If I'd have been in the original tree I put my onyx point at, I'd probably got a shot. That's how it goes, though. He wasn't nothing to write home about, just a good solid shooter. 115-inch kind of deer. Maybe right here before dark or in the morning. Got a feeling I'm going to spend a lot of time in that white oak about 20 yards in front of me tomorrow. Good morning on the last morning in Ohio. We're going to hunt all day today and then head home, head back to work. We were going to try to hunt in the morning, but Brad's got some work lined up he has to get back to, so we're going to head home. We're going to get up early in the morning to head home, so hopefully we can have some last morning success. I sat here yesterday evening. a 100-inch 8-pointer. And if I'd had my bow, if I'd heard him coming, I could have shot him right here. But he was going this way, and he turned to go out the strip, and I was already at full draw. And when he turned, he saw me and turned quartering away. And I burned a hole. Thought I could get it under that limb. I didn't get it under that limb. It deflected straight down. I shot under him, I think. Oh man, it would have been a perfect shot. Oh Lord. Well, that's exciting. Slash heartbreaking. Well, let's reload and try it again is all I know. Lordy mercy. That was an adrenaline rush, though, I'll tell you that right now. Whew. Gosh, it happens fast in a rut. Just sitting here daydreaming about nothing. Pick up, see a buck coming, there's a rack. Some poor sort of 8-point. He comes across right here, gets to about 20 yards, and he's eye level with me. He picks me off in the tree. Of course, I've got 9,000 things hanging on the tree. That's what he sees. He didn't really know what was going on, and he hesitated. I think I hit him pretty good. I'm not sure. We'll get down and take a look at the arrow.
It was a long night, but my initial reaction was correct. The buck really didn't go all that far. Well, we found the deer this morning. We came in, actually had really no idea what happened last night. Couldn't really see where the arrow went in, and didn't really know what happened. Everything just happened so fast. From the time I saw him to the time I shot him was probably 20 or 30 seconds. So it was really fast, and didn't really know what happened. Couldn't find no blood last night, but couldn't find the arrow. So we kind of figured, and then when we got back to the hotel, watched the footage on the camera, you could see, I just barely could see the arrow coming across a log. And when it did that, I said, it looks like a pretty good shot if that's the log, because it looks like it's pretty good. And I knew I hit him behind the ribs going forward. He was quartering away pretty hard, and sure enough, that's exactly where I hit him. It came out pretty good on the other side, just no blood whatsoever. Dad found the arrow this morning about daylight, just happened to about step on it, and it was coated, had red blood with bubbles in it, and gut material, which I knew there was going to be gut material because of the angle. But he went up the hill. We started looking. There was absolutely zero blood. Absolutely zero blood. And Brad and I were on the other little knoll looking, and turns out the deer took a left once at the arrow,
and Dad had come over here, and Dad happened to walk up on him. He was bedded up, and actually, as the crow flies, we're probably only about 200 yards from the stand. He really just came up here and bedded down and died, and he's stiff as a board. He was dead last night, but when you don't have a clue what's going on, it was better to back out, and as thick as it is in here, we'd have never found him in the night just walking up on him. We're tickled to death to get him. Things are getting right here in Ohio. My tag's filled. I'm tickled to death to have it filled. My wife's going to be really happy that it's filled because I won't be back up here next weekend unless I'm filming. So we got to hurry and get out of here. Brad, who's behind the camera trying to make me laugh right now, is he's got to be back at work. Actually, he's got appointments lined up in about 4.5 hours. And he ain't gonna make it probably. So we're gonna try to get him out of here pretty quick and get this deer out of here. But tickled to death, blessed to get him. When you hunt the way we do, and you know, it really isn't about the inches or the giant scores or the giant bucks. I couldn't care less. It's more about the experience and the fun and the dummy behind the camera trying to make you laugh while you're doing an interview. But so this is our crew. This is my dad, and this is my best friend since I was a little kid's dad, basically like a second dad to me. These are the dummies that I'm stuck up here with the whole time. Brad can't hear crap.
What'd you say?
It's exactly right. He's just dumb. But anyways, this is the kind of thing that makes it worth it. It really ain't.
Without Dad, you would have found nothing.
That's right. No, I would have eventually found it. But I am glad that you found it. There's no doubt about it. Because I was getting worried. These guys are going to keep hunting hard. Brad ain't going to hear them coming, but he might see them coming.
I'll stay on the leeward.
Whoever Lee Ward is, he really likes him, don't you? Oh gosh. Anyway,
It's been said that the journey is the destination. And the quicker you learn that, well, the quicker you're actually bow hunting. If you're a serious bow hunter, go check out the Professional Bow Hunter Society. Knowledge through experience. Also, go check out the all-new Stickboys podcast. And as always, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at the Stickboys.